Hey guys, it's Brian. Welcome to the Awards Contender. So I just finished my first ever live stream reacting to the Critics' Choice Awards. So if my voice sounds a little hoarse, it's because I just did a live stream and it was for 3 hours. It was a lot of fun. I'll have it here on YouTube if you want to check it out. My reaction to Jacob Elordi winning Best Supporting Actor. That was probably my biggest live reaction there. He wasn't in sixth place for me, but he was definitely like around fourth place. I did not expect him to win a major televised prize this season for Frankenstein, so that was a thrill. We're gonna get into it. I'll keep this one kind of short because I did just get through 3 hours of the live stream, so I'll just touch on the big film awards that were won tonight, starting with One Battle After Another, which won the Critics' Choice Awards for Best Picture, Best Director Paul Thomas Anderson, and Best Adapted Screenplay Paul Thomas Anderson. I was getting nervous, to be honest. Like throughout the telecast, One Battle After Another wasn't winning anything. And I was like I still thought PTA was going to take director. That felt right to me. But I'm like, maybe it's just director. Like maybe adapted goes to something else. Maybe picture goes to Sinners or something. As we got to the final hour of the telecast, I wasn't sure, how is One Battle After Another going to take the top three prizes if it can't win anything in technical categories, didn't win in casting and ensemble, and, didn't take editing? Like, F1 took editing over One Battle After Another. I was like, whoa, really? Okay. So I wasn't feeling overly optimistic, but it did win the big prize, Best Picture. I think that's like a very good sign of things to come for all fans of One Battle After Another. And then PTA winning Best Director. I got kind of choked up in the moments. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, Brian, it's Critics' Choice. But I have loved Paul Thomas Anderson for so long, going back to the 90s, seeing Boogie Nights and Magnolia as a teenager meant a lot to me. I understood how talented he was right there at the beginning. And then throughout his career, he's just been delivering one great film after another. And I have felt since September, One Battle After Another was the movie he needed to make at this moment to get him to an Oscar win for Best Director. I thought that was happening. And so if somebody else had won Best Director, I would have been happy for them. Ryan Coogler would have been cool. But PTA winning director, I'm feeling pretty good about his chances in the weeks and months to come, all the way till Oscars nights, and then him also taking adapted screenplay. We didn't have an Anora situation at this year's Critics' Choice. Remember last year at Critics' Choice, Anora, it only won picture. It won nothing else. John M. Chu won director for Wicked a year ago. Remember, that came out of nowhere. That was unexpected. So, One Battle After Another did better than Anora did a year ago, winning 3 top prizes. So I think One Battle, it could have taken an acting prize that would have helped its chances, I think, but taking those 3 top awards, it's not nothing. I think that's going to mean great things to come for this movie. We'll see how it does at the Globes in a week. I feel pretty confident it'll do well at the Globes, like in comedy musical there, in picture and stuff, and then director for PTA. I think he's probably going to win director there as well. My predictions video for the Golden Globes will be up probably Thursday-ish because Wednesday we have SAG nominations. Sorry, the Actors Awards nominations on Wednesday. So I will be reacting to those, of course. So my favorite film of the year is One Battle After Another. It could have done better, but it won Picture, Director, Adapted Screenplay. I'm pretty happy with that. Best Actor went to Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme. No shocker there. I have felt ever since I watched that movie a few days ago, I'm like, oh, he's the guy to beat. And I was like, if Marty Supreme does really well at the box office, audiences are responding to the film, I think this is going to be Chalamet's year. He's been doing such good work as of late, and, he won the SAG Award for Best Actor for A Complete Unknown just a few months ago. And Marty Supreme, if it's not his best performance, it is right up there. It's right there, alongside Call Me By Your Name for me. I loved his performance in Marty Supreme. I felt like he was going to win Critics' Choice. He might not sweep the season. We'll see what happens. I think he might lose at SAG because he just won there for A Complete Unknown. I'm like, Will they give him 2 in a row? I feel like that might be unlikely, so I don't think he's going to sweep Best Actor from now until Oscars night, but I do think he is the person to beat right now in Best Actor. I think he's going to do very well. Critics' Choice could have thrown their Best Actor prize to Ethan Hawke or Wagner Moura or DiCaprio or someone, and they went with Chalamet, and it's like, okay, outside of like there being a big shocker in a week at the Globes, if Chalamet wins there in a week in comedy musical, and let's say he also wins at BAFTA, it's going to be hard for anyone to overtake him on Oscars nights. Best Actress went to Jessie Buckley Hamnet, which was kind of a given. In my Critics' Choice predictions video, I was very 50-50. I ultimately went with Rose Byrne because I thought, well, the critics might go for Byrne over Buckley. And then, guys, as soon as I was editing that video, I'm like, Brian, it's probably going to be Jessie Buckley. I mean, it could be Byrne, like that could happen. But like, if I had legs, I'd kick you. It's only in that one category at Critics' Choice for Best Actress and nowhere else. Like, Hamnet is in picture and director and supporting actor and adapted screenplay. I'm like, Hamnet is going to win something, and it's most likely going to Jessie Buckley. So that was stupid. I mean, I guess Rose Byrne could win at SAG in a surprise, maybe. I think they both win at the Globes. Jessie Buckley in actress drama and Rose Byrne in actress comedy musical. I think they probably both win next Sunday. I think Jessie Buckley wins at BAFTA and then she wins the Oscar. Like nothing that happened tonight at Critics' Choice was really going to make me change from that thinking, those predictions. I have always thought since September, like Jessie Buckley is winning the Oscar for Best Actress. I didn't think she necessarily might sweep the season, but it looks like she might, SAG is still somewhat up for grabs, but it looks like Jessie Buckley is going to do as well as I thought throughout the season, and I'll probably just predict her from here on out. I mean, I'll think about SAG, like there maybe someone else could take it there, but I just think Hamnet is such a strong movie. We want to give it something. It's going to be Best Actress. She's my choice for Performance of the Year. So sorry, Jessie Buckley, for straying from you there for just briefly. Rose Byrne has had a really good run with the critics the last few weeks. I thought, well, maybe a Critics' Choice, Rose Byrne, just by a little can overtake her there. Make Best Actress a little bit more of a race, maybe, but no, it's just going to be Jessie Buckley. So that was a great win. I think it was the best speech of the night. The greatest speech at the Critics' Choice Awards was absolutely Jessie Buckley. She's probably going to keep practicing because she's going to have a lot more things to say in the weeks to come. The biggest shocker of the night, by far, easily, Jacob Elordi won Best Supporting Actor for Frankenstein. I mean, just wow. I did not expect that. I felt like Jacob Elordi getting in everywhere was his prize this season. Just getting nominated at all the big televised award shows, he was not even on my radar to potentially win in supporting actor. I just thought Benicio del Toro and Sean Penn and Stellan Skarsgård had a better shot in a way. I mean, I would put Elordi above Paul Mescal and Adam Sandler, but I just didn't think Elordi could win. And he did. And my reaction in that moment is now a part of that live stream forever. I mean, I'm like this. I'm like, what? And that was the first big film award of the night. So I'd been waiting. There was a lot of TV stuff. We get to supporting actor, and I'm like, okay, I'm 90% it's going to be Benicio del Toro one battle. I thought Benicio was going to win there. He's done so well with the critics the last few weeks. I was like, it's probably going to be him. Maybe Stellan Skarsgård takes it instead. And then, I mean, Jacob Elordi, like playing Frankenstein's monster, the creature in that movie, he wins Best Supporting Actor of the Year at Critics' Choice. And now I'm like, what's going to happen next in this category? Jacob Elordi is not going to sweep in this category and win the Oscar. That would be crazy. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe he wins elsewhere. Maybe he wins in a week at the Globes. And then we're like, whoa, like how far is he going to go? I think anyone who at this point is doubting Jacob Elordi is going to get the Oscar nomination, forget those doubts. He is absolutely in. I think Jay Kelly is fading. Adam Sandler, unfortunately, I love Adam Sandler. I think in a field of 5 and not 6, I think Adam Sandler is kicked out, and I think Jacob Elordi is getting the Oscar nomination. I mean, Elordi was stunned. He barely says anything in his speech. I mean, what was it, 20, 30 seconds? He doesn't say much. I think he was so stunned. He can't possibly have imagined he was going to win up against that competition. So obviously, Critics' Choice, they really love Frankenstein. It won some technical prizes too. And it wins supporting actor for Jacob Elordi. That was probably the moment of the night, if I have to pick one, just because it was such a shocker. I did not expect that. And I love his performance in that movie. So yeah, that was awesome. And then supporting actress went to Amy Madigan for Weapons, as most of us expected. And I was just like, wow, it happened like right after supporting actor. So 2 horror performances of 2025 win in supporting actress at Critics' Choice. That was amazing. In August, I walked out of Weapons and I was like, man, Amy Madigan is incredible in that. But it's a horror film. It's, like maybe she'll get a few notices in December, but nothing beyond that. And here she is winning like the first big televised prize of the season in Best Supporting Actress for Weapons. I mean, it's just great. I love it. I'm so happy for her. I don't know if she can win the Oscar because I'm concerned, like, how many nominations will Weapons get? Like, Frankenstein will get into picture, like, maybe director, we'll see. It'll get into screenplay probably and do well in many categories at the Oscars, technical categories. Weapons, like, it didn't make the short list for hair and makeup, right? So what other categories will Weapons appear in? I think it made the short list for casting, maybe that's, but like on Oscar nominations morning, if it's just Amy Madigan and supporting actress and like nothing else for Weapons, like, I mean, I'm not going to feel very confident she can actually win the Academy Award, but she might win at the Globes in a week. Like, I feel pretty good about SAG. I feel like at SAG they might give it to her. I guess if someone else wins a BAFTA in supporting actress, maybe that person wins the Oscar. Like Mikey Madison, she lost the Golden Globe and Critics' Choice and SAG. She only won BAFTA and then she won the Oscar. It could be that situation. So I'll definitely have my eyes on supporting actress at BAFTA. We'll see what happens there. But that's still like a month and a half away. Right now, we can just celebrate Aunt Gladys won supporting actress at Critics' Choice. Best Young Actor/Actress went to Miles Caton for Sinners. I thought Jacoby Jupe for Hamnet was going to win there. But I'm like, yeah, I mean, Sinners is in a way like the more popular film, and Miles Caton is amazing in that. So that made sense to me. That was a really good win. I was happy they gave him a moment to have a speech, like on the stage. In years past, I feel like young actor/actress has been like off camera, like they don't give them time to make a speech. So that was great. Original screenplay went to Sinners. Now, I was really upset. I don't know about you guys, that original screenplay and adapted screenplay didn't get presentations, like didn't have speeches on the stage, that those 2 categories just flashed on the screen for 5 seconds. And then it cut to Ryan Coogler and PTA, and they're like, oh, great, I won. I'm like, guys, it's screenplay. Like, we're not going to have screenplay get its own presentation. Best talk show series had a whole thing. Like, Jimmy Kimmel went up on stage, gave a long speech. I'm like, at the Critics' Choice Awards, which in years past was all about the movies, now we're going to have Best Talk Show Series get like a whole segment in this 3-hour show. Original screenplay and adapted screenplay get like 10 seconds? That really upset me. I was like, what? That bothered me. I'm like, come on, guys. I understand, like, there's time constraints. We can't do every technical category for film. I get that. But screenplay, like, that's where movies start. Like, that's how it gets started. Like, we don't just glaze over those 2 categories. Those should be, like, a bigger part of the ceremony. But I was very happy to see Ryan Coogler win original screenplay at Critics' Choice for Sinners. Very well deserved. Best animated feature went to K-pop Demon Hunters. It also won Best Song for Golden. So there was a nice segment there, like back-to-back wins for K-pop Demon Hunters. I know some people thought like maybe it's not going to do as well at Critics' Choice, but no, it won both. And I think that's the movie to beat, an animated feature from now until the Oscars. I mean, it's a very flashy and kind of fun movie. Maybe like on Oscars night, they're not necessarily going to go for K-pop Demon Hunters. Maybe they will go for a smaller animated film. But that one here, The Naked Gun, took Best Comedy, kind of an inspired win. Like The Naked Gun won a big Critics' Choice Prize, so that's cool. The Secret Agent won Best Foreign Language Film. Not It Was Just an Accident. It Was Just an Accident. Did not have a good night at Critics' Choice. The Secret Agent won there. So that's really good for that film moving forward. I think Wagner Moura is probably going to win actor drama in a week at the Globes. So Secret Agent coming on strong. Is that going to get into Best Picture at the Oscars? Every day that passes, I'm like, that might well happen. Best Cinematography went to Train Dreams, which was great. You know, I thought maybe it's Sinners or One Battle. No, they went with Train Dreams. I mean, such an inspired win. That film is gorgeous to look at, so that makes sense. Frankenstein won a few prizes, right? It won costume design and production design and hair and makeup. More wins for Frankenstein, well deserved. Best Editing went to F1. Which is crazy, right? Like over One Battle, over Sinners, over Marty Supreme. You know, Marty Supreme takes Best Actor. They watched it, right? Like, you're not going to give that Best Editing. You're going to go with F1. Kind of interesting. But F1 got into a lot of technical categories, so it was bound to win at least one or two. It also took Best Sounds. Best Visual Effects went to Avatar, Fire and Ash, as expected. Best Stunt Design went to Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, which in retrospect makes sense. I'm like, why did I predict F1 there? Like, it was always going to be Mission Impossible. And then Best Score, I think, is the last film category I haven't talked about. That went to Sinners. So, you know, I love Johnny Greenwood. His work on One Battle, I think, is fantastic. And I'd love to see him win an Oscar. But I'm like, Brian, like score, like from now until Oscars night, it might be Sinners. And that'll be amazing, too. As a show, the Critics' Choice Awards was fine. Every year, it's not very memorable. You know, Chelsea Handler, I love, but she doesn't get a whole lot to do when she's hosting the Critics' Choice Awards. My big takeaway is that, like, the show is becoming too TV-centric. I want to say 2/3 of the ceremony was all about the TV categories. And I'm like, Critics' Choice used to be all about movies. Like they introduced TV just a few years ago, right? And now it's like we'll have like 30, 40, 50 minutes of only TV categories and winners. And then in the course of 20 seconds, they'll flash like 6, 7 film categories on the screen. Editing, cinematography, production design, screenplay. It's just really quick. It's like they're afterthoughts, but it's like, no, talk show series gets a whole segment. I think the show is just leaning too much into television. It's fine to include TV, but to have it be like 2/3 of the show, it's just too much. I would like for it to be more film-centric than it is TV now, but that's just me. Some of you might feel differently about that. That's my only major observation about the show as a whole. You know, it's fine. It's not the best award show of the season. Critics' Choice, like, you know, its big claim to fame is that it's early, right? We haven't had very many ceremonies. Usually the Globes come first. This year, Critics' Choice was first. So it was like my first time seeing some of these performances I love win a prize and go up on stage and give a speech. So that's what's exciting about Critics' Choice. But by March, by like the SAG Awards and the Oscars, Critics' Choice is in the rearview mirror, and we're not thinking about it as much. It's just one of the earliest award shows, and that's what makes it fun. Just to see, like, how is the award season going to shake out? Like, what's the landscape looking like in the weeks and months to come? That's what Critics' Choice is there for. And so, yeah, it was fun to do my first ever live stream. Any of you who joined me for that, thank you. Like, I was like, you know, will more than 10 people show up to my live stream? And at one point, I had like 1,600 people watching. I was like, what? Like, just watching me watch Critics' Choice? I mean, my mind was blown. I was like, wow. So that was really exciting, a lot of fun. I'm planning to do a live stream in a week for the Golden Globes. So, you know, I'll have more information about that in the days to come. But yeah, we have a really crazy week ahead. We have SAG nominations on Wednesday, Golden Globes on Sunday. Then things get kind of quiet for a bit, and then we have Oscar nominations morning on January 22nd. So award season is getting started. It's heating up. Let's see what happens next. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these Critics' Choice Awards, and I'll see you next time at the Awards Contender.